Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon. It is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. And yeah, it was an abysmal game on both sides of the ball. Chief Frog Throat exposed our linebackers. I'll get into that in a minute because I have my 3 winners of the game. And I also have my 4 losers of the game. I also have one take that nobody's going to like. Terrion Arnold. I'm going to say it right now. We missed him in the secondary. Hey, Steve. Good to see you. Uh, I'd not to say we didn't care because we still ran the ball well after that. We did rush for over 100 yards with both Monty and Gibbs, but we went away from it in the second half, and we kind of had to because we fell behind even more. Once we got behind by 2 scores, it became a passing game. Yes, I do. It's inexcusable what Brian Branch did. I can care less what happened during the game. If you're not going to react in the game, don't react after, and then don't use it as an excuse for your actions. I thought that was a little bit of a bitch mode statement that he made after the interview. And I, the bullshit coverage mostly came from our linebackers. They did a ton of crossing routes, picked each other off in between, and it killed us. And you're absolutely right. I would trade one TA bad penalty over all that bullshit coverage. 100%. Rock Ya-Sin. You don't need to grab that guy. You had him. All you had to do is run with him. Yes, I do. I wished he'd have just paused for 1 second. That's all it took. We had 5 seconds left on the clock when the ball was hiked. So when he backed up, all he had to do is pause, then run. It was a great play call. The execution was good, but Goff's decision to just go into motion after stepping back was wrong. And it's a non-reviewable penalty. Um, Hutch's penalty was 100% deserved on the late hit on Mahomes. He had 2 steps to change his direction. It's not like he was diving into him already. So but at the same time, I'm going to go over my winners. These next 3 guys were my winners of the game, and you can say what you want. I'm going to go into them in detail a little bit. They lost fair and square, bad game, but you knew KC was going to be out for blood after 2 straight losses. It was. No, once the penalty is called, the TD comes off the board. Yeah, and he also said it in his presser that it was unacceptable what Brian Branch did. So here are my winners of the game. Dan Skipper deserves some props after this one. Hasn't played all year long due to injury, then came in for Decker in this one and played really well. He did not give up a sack. The sack came from the interior. It was Chris Jones sack. He split Glasgow and Tate Ratledge like a hot knife through butter. Jared Goff. This actually was a decent game from Goff. He completed 79.3% of his passes and was dead on with a lot of his throws. He didn't get enough help from his guys. Amon-Ra with 2 rare drops. Thomas Harper only played 10 snaps on defense, but he made the most of those 10 snaps with the biggest moment was his pass breakup on that 4th down play. I think even if the NFL doesn't suspend him, and I expect they will, that DC should suspend him for at least a game. I'm sorry, I don't care what the game means next week. 4-3 doesn't ruin your season. It'll be the first time we lose 2 games in a row. But I think Branch needs to be sat down. That's just my personal opinion. These were my 4 losers, and I'm going to start with the least one first. Kerby Joseph. Speaking of missed tackles, Joseph had 4. He probably shouldn't have played this game. It was pretty clear that he was hobbled, and at one point he was helped off the field. Jack Campbell. Campbell would agree with that. He got targeted 8 times and allowed 5 catches for 77 yards. It didn't help that this was probably his worst game when it came to tackles. He missed 3. Alex Anzalone. The Chiefs' game plan was pretty simple. Attack the linebackers. Alex Anzalone was targeted 6 times and allowed 6 catches for 56 yards. If he's only fined, it'll be a difficult decision to bench. I understand, but he needs to be taught a lesson in the way Dan Campbell acts. He will. I think it should be a 1 to 2 game suspension. I'm sorry, that's all I see out of that. 1 for ripping the helmet off and 1 for punching him. I love it, Broski Bear. I love that one. No, you could see when he walked up, when Juju held up his hand, he said something and smiled before the smack happened. And then he came at Branch and realized, oh shit. Oh shit. I bit off more than I could chew and got his ass whooped after that. I'm sorry. Did you see him walking in with a towel over his face because his nose was bloody? He deserved it. I'm sorry. He deserved it for the retaliation attack. I saw where we stopped running the ball pretty much midway through the 3rd quarter. I think we should have stuck with it myself. We only had 100 yards rushing total in the game. We were better on the 3rd down. Yeah, the cheap shot is what made him want to do it later, but he jaw jacked after Branch ignored him. It is what it is. Good to see everybody here this morning, and I'm taking accountability. Yeah, that blindside block was a cheap shot, 100%. It was. Let's see it. Oh, there was a cheap shot on Hutch. I called that out, Dorn. Stop. There was a blindside block that didn't get called on Juju Smith-Schuster. Go back and watch it. He leveled Branch from behind into the side. Yes, they did have 0 penalties. Yes, he said it last night, right there in the presser, that it was inexcusable for Branch's actions. He even approached him after. Branch is a sore loser, I'll give you that, but you can't say the whole lie and stop. Oh, I know. It's okay. We're second place still. We're 4-2. I'm okay with it. Congrats to the Packers. You had a good game against a bad team. Great job. But I will say, 100%, Joe Flacco looked better than Browning behind that O line. I know. I know what 2 penalties that should have been called. Number 1, the blindside block on Juju Smith-Schuster. Number 2, the taunting that Pat Mahomes did to Branch. It was, and it all started with that bad decision by Goff to not stop before he went into motion. There was 5 seconds on the play clock there. He had time. He could have paused, then ran to the side. That's all he had to do. I love it, PC. We did. We beat ourselves. It happens all the times at the Chiefs. Like, I don't think so. Aaron Rodgers is still winning with the Steelers. They're still in first place. And we all see the Ravens defense is so porous they can't beat anybody. Doesn't matter. We beat who was on our schedule. The 4 wins we got were on our schedule. We don't set the schedule. The NFL does. So miss me with that bullshit. B Strilla. Now on to my 3 losers, or my 4th loser. Brian Branch. You can't do this. It solves nothing. Even if you felt the other team was being dirty, all that matters is you were the one that got caught. We The whole game looked off. It didn't look right. I don't know if you guys saw it online. Doesn't matter. A win's a win. On your schedule, a win's a win. I'm not crying. Congratulations, Chiefs. You beat us. That's what I got to say. I'm not here talking shit. I'm talking facts. We lost to 2 good teams. The Chiefs struggled all year. Don't say they didn't, because they talked about it prior to the game, how much they were struggling. As soon as the people started picking the Lions, the, we came out. Oh, stop. Yeah, right. I hear you. And it's not the end of the world. It's a loss. We're 4-2 for a reason. What are the Chiefs right now? 3-3? Congratulations. I thought it was inexcusable. I've said this, and I'm going to say it again. He deserves whatever suspension is handed down. And if he's not suspended by the NFL, DC should at least sit him a game. I could care less who we play next week. You know what? We still added to our total. I don't get it. He actually played better after he came back than he did before. After they wrapped his knee, they probably should have wrapped it first. I disagree. He played fine after that. I just do. It was a horrible Michigan sports week overall. Tigers lost. Michigan lost. Lions look awful. Hey, and MSU lost too, so it's all good. And James Franklin got fired from from Penn State, which I said he was a bad hire to begin with. Who They made it to the playoffs last year on smoke and mirrors. Yeah, I get it. Hey, Jim, I'm not celebrating the most wins for second place. Right now, Green Bay deserves to be on top. Yep, I thought we'd be 4-2 at this point. I said that all year. Our state got bitch slapped this weekend. Yes. Uh, I disagree with that we're not as good as we thought we were. We just didn't come out with our best shit last night. Oh yeah. That being said, a franchise record was set yesterday. Single season franchise record. One sack for the fifth straight game by Aiden Hutchinson. But you got to admit, he did play better after. And when they did take him out and put Thomas Harper in, what happened on that fourth down? Oh, he broke it up. And then we didn't respond. That's the horrible part about it. We made, you're absolutely right. Smacked us right in the mouth. I admit it. But there's something to be said during the regular season, the Big Ten. Oh, 100%. That hit him in the hands on that fourth down play. Everybody says, "Oh, we don't need to go for it." The play execution was perfect. Amon-Ra St. Brown did not execute that play. I love it. But I am not excusing the poor play. That was one of them. There was a lot that did. Good for them. Amen. That's what should have happened. I know. Hey, we know that they don't get called for shit in Kansas City, and it was just exemplified in that game. I'm sorry. I We had four penalties called against us for 38 yards. They had none. So I'm not even going to say the penalties were the reason we lost. We lost because we didn't execute. Fourth down efficiency, 0 for 2. Oh yeah, he did. He tore up our linebackers. If you look, a majority of his plays went to the against the linebackers. Alex Anzalone, 6 of 6 receptions against them. Oh, 100%. I called that out to begin with because it was a different team. Oh, 100%. I'm Jim. There was at least two penalties I saw that should have been called. If not, there was three. That was 100% a penalty, though, Jeff Gurdett. I'm not going to excuse it. He's supposed to pause a second before he goes into motion. He didn't do that. He went right into motion. So that's why it was discussed and reviewed and taken off the board. They were calling it by the announcers when it happened. We punted 3 times. They punted once. They were 2 for 3 on 4th down. They outlioned the Lions. But let's not bullshit it. They threw for 243 yards. Jared Goff, like I said, he was 23 of 29. That's a 79.3% completion percentage. 203 yards and 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Goff is not the reason we lost. Laporta and Jamison Williams got in on the touchdown action. Amon-Ra had 9 catches for 45 yards. That's the worst performance he's had with 9 receptions ever. Our leading tackler may have been Alex Anzalone with 7 tackles and 5 assisted, but let's forgive his 6 missed tackles. Jack Campbell had 4 with 4 assisted and a sack. But guess what? He missed 3 tackles. Kerby Joseph had 4 tackles unassisted, all after he came back from injury. But let's talk about the 4 tackles he missed in the first half. There was only 4 penalties. Yep, it was a great catch. Yes, he does, Jonathan Ray. I agree. I don't know if they'll throw him out, but our front 7 played worse than the secondary, in my opinion. Pat Mahomes was 22 of 32. He had more missed passes than Goff. 257 yards and 3 tutties. And then we started missing tackles. Pacheco breaking through like he was a gangbuster. It wasn't a taunt, it was a blindside block. And he taunted him after the game was over, which you can't call a penalty for. Yes, Ricky, we talked about it all day. Let me get this on. Let me get this out here for everybody. Paul Jones, Jim Jackson, B. Strilla, Ricky Sikat, Corey Patterson. This is for you. Hmm. Uh-oh. There, finally. Had to get it to where it played. Oh, yeah. Talik Williams probably had his worst game of the year. DJ Reader didn't do much better. Yeah, I know. I saw that too. We still had what could have been 2 sacks, but I think we ended up with 3. Uh, I'll disagree with you. I think TA is a big reason why we lost this game because everything on that side of the field where TA normally is went in for tutties, whether it was a run or whether it was a pass. And I'm going to back it up right now again with what he did the last 2 weeks. Kerryon Arnold allowed just 50 receiving yards in weeks 4 and 5 on 5 catches on 9 targets with 0 touchdowns and 2 pass breakups. 2 pass breakups were against Jamar Chase. His 71.5 passer rating allowed ranks tops 25 among 101 qualifying cornerbacks in that span. For context, 55 CBs, including several who played only one game, have allowed more yards in coverage over the last 2 weeks. Notable games names during that list: Derek Stingley, Quinyon Mitchell, Devin Witherspoon, Sauce Gardner, Christian Gonzalez, Denzel Ward, Cooper DeJean, Christian Benford, Tyson Campbell, Mike Samuelsville, L'Jarius Sneed, Darius Slay. Those are the top ones that played both weeks. So miss me with the we didn't miss Kerryon Arnold. Eh, I know we handed 14 points to him, but at the same time, the offense didn't do their job, so the defense couldn't get their job. We were constantly look at how many of the amen, brother. I know. Hey, there's lots of things we can call out, but guess what? They weren't called, so we can't bitch about what wasn't called because I'm not that guy. We lost the game. We lost that game. They won the game. Give credit where credit was due. Good win, Chiefs. Bad loss, Lions. No, I don't think so. You remember they scored 30 points in that game, so don't say it was a fluke. I don't get it. I We're missing our top 2 corners. Um, we faced a better offensive line than what we had faced all along. The Ravens' offensive line is trash. They give up sacks like the Jets' offensive line. The Ravens' defense is absolutely god awful. Puka Nakua may miss some time with an ankle injury. You can say they're stupid handsy penalties, but if they don't give up touchdowns, I'd rather give up a penalty. Give them a free first down and stop them on the next drive, which is what we did every time for 2 weeks straight. Amen. That's what we got to do is put our head to the grindstone, get back on the field, and practice. That's funny, BC. Oh yeah, the Bucks are a good team. It's not going to be easy, but they lost Ibuka last night. We find out today for how long. They have been missing Chris Godwin almost all season. Mike Evans is out for the season. But at the same time, if the offense isn't controlling the ball and doing 3 and out and give up short field, that fourth where we gave it up when Amon-Ra dropped it, allowed a short field, and we got gassed in that play at the end of the second half. I miss me with. I knew that. I've said we were going to be 4-3 or like 4-2 or 3-3 at this point when I looked at the schedule. We are home. Yes, Mike Evans is gone for the season. It'll be the first time he doesn't get 1,000 yards. It was exactly like week one performance wise. What did we score? 17 points? Lost 30-17. We gave up 3 more points, 1 more field goal. It should have been 31-17, technically. That missed extra point by Harrison Bucker. Yeah, it was 2022 the last time we lost 2 games in a row. And we're home. And we're probably wearing the blacks, buddies. It's Monday Night Football. I mean, even look at the sacks. They allowed 3 sacks. We allowed 1, and everybody's talking like we were. I talked about the 3 winners and the 4 losers already. My 3 winners, and I'll put them back up again. Dan Skipper, he didn't allow 1 sack. Jared Goff completed 79.3% of his passes, were dead on with a lot of his throws, and didn't get enough help from his guys. Thomas Harper, 10 snaps with that big back pass breakup on 4th down that we failed to capitalize on. Our worst ones, Kerby Joseph, missed tackles. He had 4, all in the first half. Probably shouldn't have played this game. It was pretty clear that he hobbled at one point and was helped off the field, but he did come back in and played better. Jack Campbell, and Campbell would agree with that. He got targeted 8 times and allowed 5 catches for 77 yards. It didn't help that this was probably his worst game when it came to tackles because he missed 4. Alex Anzalone. The Chiefs' game plan was pretty simple. Attack the linebackers. Anzalone was targeted 6 times and allowed 6 catches for 56 yards, which was another touchdown. It was a reality check. No new injuries that I heard about yet. I'll find out more today when the report comes out. And they only had a minute more of time of possession. They were 2 for 3 on 4th down. They were 4 of 10. People say the defense didn't make stops. They did. They made 6 stops on 3rd down. The Chiefs may be back. Let's see what they do going forward. We had 18 first downs. They had 26. 4 of them due to penalties. So that's 22 they earned. They were 2 for 3 on 4th down. We were 0 for 2. We had 53 total plays. They had 62. Yeah, I'm not going to call it was scripted. It is what it is. They said that he was having surgery and probably couldn't come back. Neither team had a turnover. Think about that. Neither team had a turnover. So don't blame the offense totally. Don't. I'm just saying, 0 for 2 on 4th down, giving up short fields. That was huge. Uh, that's 14 of their points right there. Hey, Lions fans, Broski and Ski. Yep. Hey, good to see you, Brandy Coffee. I don't do the script thing. I'm not using the refs as an excuse. We played flat. We didn't have our best game. They only beat us by a minute and 14 seconds in time of possession. They earned 4 more. Yeah, that key drop on that first fourth down attempt was huge. It flipped the field. They got a quick score. We went 4 and out. We punted 3 times in the game. We were 5 of 11. They were 4 of 10. That's almost the exact same percentage on third down. So miss me at that. It was the fourth downs that cost us the game. He did, which makes me wonder if his wrist was worse than he let on, that he probably shouldn't have played. And there was a couple of times during the run blocks. Where Tesla and Amon-Ra ran into each other and allowed a defender to just stop our run game. Let me look and see what the running snaps were. We ran the ball 23 times, and we passed the ball 29 times. That's about average. And we only had 6 incompletions. He did. There was somebody in his base all game, but it only equaled the 1 sack by Chris Jones. The Lions sacked Chief Frog 3 times. Everybody misses that. Oh, they took that sack away from Jones because of the penalty. I forgot about that one. But an offensive penalty they accepted. Monty almost broke one. His jersey kept him. Gibbs almost broke. Yeah, sure. I saw it. I never liked them. I hate Chief Frog throw. Sounds like Kermit the Frog gagging on one. Amen. This has been Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. And yes, I ranted a little bit. But you know what? It needed to be ranted on. Alex Anzalone, Jack Campbell, Brian Branch played awful. Kerby Joseph was awful in the first half, came back better. Yes, he has. But the pressure came up the middle, not on the outside. So I'm not going to make excuses. I haven't seen them yet, but I'll be doing that tomorrow 100% as soon as they're released. I'm pretty sure it's going to line up pretty much with what I said. On offense, I think our tackles did fine. Panay Sewell was doing great. Skipper did great. The pressure came up the middle. I love it, Jim Jackson. But try every day to be a better person than the world you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love, peace, love, and chicken.
Will
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.